This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It's Thursday, September 9th.
Well, the Pahrump Valley Rotary Club is preparing for its annual 9/11 Memorial Ceremony, which takes place Saturday at the First Responders Reflection Pond at Walt Williams Drive. Dr. Tom Waters says this year they'll recognize the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
You know, we're talking about 20 years after the event of 9/11, and we celebrate this every year. I shouldn't say celebrate, but we recognize it every year. And we have the reflection pond put together by the Rotary Club, and it's to recognize all of our first responders. It's the same recognition, but we're putting more emphasis on it. And we're having people from the community as speakers, quite a few as a matter of fact. We're hoping we get a lot of people from the public coming out and just observing what's going on. We'll have the fire chief there, as he's there every year, and he brings the fire truck that was in New York, and they also bring the flag that flew it in that area. So that's something that's always special. The sheriff will have her honor guard there, so they'll be there as well. And it's just an event that I think everybody should come out and observe. I'm asking everybody probably be in their seats by 8:15. And that way we can start promptly at 8:30. We will be ringing the bells at the times that the towers fell and so on. And again, it's something that touches everybody. I think everybody knows exactly where they were when the first airplane hit the first tower and when the airplane hit the second tower. And they talk about that. It's emotional and it's personal. And it's something that happened to our country. And it's something that I don't think we'll ever forget. I hope we never forget it because we don't ever want it to happen again.
And Nevada Highway Patrol releases new details about a deadly crash on Highway 160 that happened Sunday afternoon.
The crash happened around 4 p.m. Sunday in the northbound travel lanes of 160 near Trout Canyon Road. NHP investigators say a black Chevrolet Sonic was following a Toyota Highlander SUV. Troopers say the Sonic was traveling at a very high rate of speed and failed to slow down, causing it to strike the rear of the Highlander. The impact redirected the SUV off the roadway and into the desert, where it overturned, ejecting a juvenile occupant. That juvenile was flown to UMC Trauma in Las Vegas in critical condition. Another juvenile, identified as 5-year-old Giovanna Duran, was restrained in a booster seat located in the third row. She died at the scene. The driver and the remaining 5 occupants of the Highlander were transported to Desert View Hospital in Pahrump. The driver of the Sonic was flown to UMC Trauma in critical condition. The Nevada Highway Patrol has not indicated just how fast the Sonic was going at the time of the crash, nor whether impairment was a factor.
And some changes are underway for Pahrump Valley Disposal. After having a contract for the past 24 years to provide waste disposal services to a large portion of Nye County, they have decided to sell the business off to a new company. For more on this, here is Matthew Davis with the details.
The company known as Pahrump Valley Disposal will no longer be owned by parent company C&S Waste Solutions, but will be acquired by Waste Connections. The reason for the change is changing regulatory requirements in the solid waste disposal business, but also the need for significant capital investments to make operations more efficient. The current owners of Pahrump Valley Disposal decided it was in the best interest of their company to be acquired by Waste Connections, since the new parent company had business interests that best aligned with their current operations. It was stated that employees and local operations would not be significantly altered due to the new corporate ownership.
As you know, we've recently made the difficult decision to sell our company, and we're here today to introduce Waste Connections and their qualifications, and to request the board's consent to the change of control of Pahrump Valley Disposal pursuant to the Solid Waste Franchise Agreement. For the past 24 years, it has been an honor to work with Nye County and the towns of Pahrump, Beatty, and Amargosa. We've worked hard building solid waste program and the associated infrastructure to serve these communities throughout their foreseeable future. And we're proud of what we've accomplished in that time and the team we've built. We're really proud of the employees and how hard they work day in and day out to service our customers.
After a single public comment, the motion to allow the contract to be transferred to Waste Connections was adopted unanimously, 5-0.
An investigation into an internet crimes against children tip for enticing a child leads to the arrest of a Pahrump man on 2 felony charges.
Dustin Darby has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center on 1 count of possessing visual pornography of a person under 16 years old and 1 count of using the internet to control a visual presentation depicting sexual conduct of a person under 16 years of age. The investigation started with a cyber tip indicating Dropbox had become aware of someone using a specific email address to upload and store possibly illegal photos and videos. Nye County Sheriff's Office detectives reviewed the content and verified that it included several images depicting child pornography. The tip went on to provide that an IP address from AT&T was used to download some of the images. On September 5th, Darby called the sheriff's office to ask why a search was being conducted on his Gmail account. Authorities were able to link Darby to the email provided in the cyber tip and determine that Darby's phone provider was AT&T. Detectives executed a search warrant at Darby's West Ambler Way home. The sheriff's office says Darby admitted he had used the Dropbox account, which he had since deactivated, to download pornography from links that he would search. He also confirmed the email identified in the cyber tip was his. Detectives say Darby denied knowing that he had downloaded child pornography, despite the sheriff's office position that the images and videos were of obvious female children. When detectives searched Darby's phone, they discovered that his browsing history before September 3rd had been deleted. In the arrest report, deputies say they spoke with Darby's wife, who verified her husband's email address and told authorities he watches pornography on his cell phone. Darby was placed under arrest and booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
All right, we're pointing out more hard-hitting news tips for you when KPVM News returns.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. A local nonprofit is trying to address the hard-to-crack labor market right now with a hiring event. We had the opportunity to speak with a representative from the Tundland Corporation, and they hope to be able to perk up their hiring numbers with a hiring event to get the employee levels back to a robust number so they can address falling staff levels and nip it in the bud.
So we're the Tundland Corporation. We've been in Nye County since February of 2018. We really enjoy our time here in the community. We've been in the Las Vegas community since 2012. We're a social services organization. We help people with intellectual disabilities, give them a path to an independent lifestyle. We pride ourselves in helping them integrate into the community. We love what we do. Right now we're a little short-handed, so we're hoping that we can attract some people to our organization. It's a great place to work as far as promotion opportunities come up all the time. We're always rapidly expanding our company, our business. When we started in 2018 here in Nye County, we didn't even have a 24-hour home yet, and that quickly changed. We have 2 now. We're looking at soon probably have 3. We're also looking into doing some voc rehab to help the intellectually disabled find jobs and to further integrate them into the community, because that is our basic goal, is so that they just fit in seamlessly into the community, and that they, for a long time that population was ignored, and we are just trying to make sure that they are viable and attributing members to the community. If you are passionate about things that are happening in your community, if you care about just the goings on and who gets to participate in your community and who does not, I think this is something that you could really help, because like I said, for a long time our population that we serve was just flat out ignored in both communities. And if you have that passion to just want to contribute to what's around you, then this would be the perfect place to be. I came here with the heart to want to help, and it has worked out great for me, and I just like to spread the word and say, if you're passionate about helping your community and you're passionate about helping your fellow human beings, then this is the place for you. So we have 5 full-time openings right now in Nye County. We have about 12 full-time openings in Clark County right now. And that number usually gets bigger, doesn't get smaller, unfortunately. So it is a situation where we really need people, and the sooner you can get down there and help us out, the sooner we can help you launch a career in social services, which is a wonderful giving back career.
The Small Business Administration increases its loan cap following the COVID-19 Delta variant. The major enhancements to the COVID Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, which is a federal disaster relief loan program designed to better serve and support small business communities still reeling from the pandemic. And that program serves especially hard-hit sectors such as restaurants, gyms, and hotels. The SBA is ready to receive new applications immediately from small businesses looking to take advantage of these new policy changes. They've retooled this critical program, increasing the borrowing limit to $2 million, offering 24 months of deferment and expanding flexibility to allow borrowers to pay down higher interest business debt. And they've also ramped up outreach efforts to ensure connecting with smaller businesses as well as low-income communities who might actually benefit from that program. There are also supplemental advance grants totaling up to $15,000. And to learn more, you can go to sba.gov.
And a number of treatable conditions can affect our mental wellness. In today's Medical Minute from Spring Mountain Medical, nurse practitioner Troy Perkins explains how the right professional care can help.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Troy Perkins with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk about mental wellness. 1 out of 5 people you come in contact with every day may suffer from one of a variety of mental conditions that limit their ability to live their lives free from worry about stigmas associated with them. They, or maybe you, suffer in silence. Such suffering isn't necessary or healthy. In fact, liberation from the thoughts and feelings that are limiting your happiness can often be treated in our clinic. We offer a discreet, private, personal connection that will help you get on a path to a more positive outlook on your life. Conditions such as ADHD, bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, anxiety, alcohol and drug addiction, and other debilitating mental health conditions are all treatable in our clinic. If you or someone you love are living with one or more of these conditions, please contact me. I'm Troy Perkins, and this has been a Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Thanks so much, Troy.
Yes, and the latest COVID updates when we return.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, Nevada Health Response is providing an update on county risk levels as posted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. As of updates published on September 8th, all of Nevada's counties are currently having substantial or high transmission of COVID-19. Lincoln County is showing a substantial transmission rate, and Nevada's 16 other counties are also showing high transmission. Eureka is high for the 2nd week in a row, and more stringent mask requirements will go into effect tomorrow, September 10th. Throughout the state, individuals who are not fully vaccinated are required to wear face coverings indoors or while in crowded outdoor settings.
And COVID is once again having an impact on the Pahrump Valley High School football program. Doug Ferber has that story and more in tonight's Sports Report.
Hello, sports fans. If it wasn't for bad luck, Pahrump Valley High head football coach Joe Clayton wouldn't have any luck at all. 2 games were canceled by COVID, and this week's game will go on, but without Clayton, who has now contracted the virus himself. I spoke to Coach Clayton earlier today. He said he's doing fine, but he said that this season is off to a horrendous start for both the team and himself. In his absence, offensive coordinator Craig Rieger will lead the Trojans Friday night. Rieger said that he expects his team to do what they do to win.
Offensively, we look to have a balanced attack. We do like to pound the ball, run the ball hard, but we do hopefully have a good play action, completing and executing, getting first downs and moving the sticks and having good possession of that football tomorrow night.
Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. at PVHS. Both the Pahrump Valley High School and Rosemary Clark Middle School's cross-country teams travel to Veterans Memorial Park in Boulder this Saturday for the Las Vegas Invitational. The high school team will run a 5K. Coach Eric Odegaard says this meet will be very telling as to what he expects to see this season.
Okay, so on Saturday we are going to be going to Boulder City to run in the Las Vegas Invitational, and it's usually a really big race. Not a lot of out-of-states coming this year, so we'll get a good gauge of how we are falling with the kids in Southern Nevada.
The middle school will follow the high school meet at 10:25, running 1.25 miles at Veterans Memorial for the Larry Burgess Invitational. Coach Ben Velaz is enthusiastic about Saturday's meet.
We're taking our runners this Saturday to the Larry Burgess Invitational. It's in Boulder City. We're taking 20 runners with us on this meet, and we're gonna get to go along with the high schoolers, and we get to watch them race, and then we're gonna get to race. We've got some boys and girls. We run together all in one race. So it'll be exciting. It's our first one of the season.
The PVHS tennis team hosts Adelson of Summerlin this afternoon. I'll update you on the scores next Tuesday. The PVHS boys soccer team hosts Losey right now. The game began at 5 p.m. In the 40-14 win for the Rosemary Clark Middle School football team last Friday, head coach Ryan Ansos was pleased with how things turned out.
Go ahead. It was a good effort, everybody. A lot of rushing attacks. Being that we had a lead at halftime, we were able to get the whole team in the game, so everybody got playing time, which is good and important for a lot of our team because there's a lot of 6th and 7th graders on there.
The Pahrump Speedway is hosting another great night of racing this Saturday. Track owner Chad Broadhead said that there are plenty of cars turning out, but the attendance has been lacking. Gates open at 6 p.m. Racing begins at 7. General admission is $10, seniors $8, and kids $6. Last night, the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA improved its record to 21-8 with a convincing win over the Minnesota Lynx, 102-81, at the Ultralight Arena in Las Vegas. Aces point guard Jackie Young led all scorers with 29. The Aces trail first-place Connecticut by 1.5 games in the standings. UNLV football travels to Arizona State for a Saturday evening clash. The Rebels will be looking for their first win of the season. The Las Vegas Aviators open a 6-game homestand tonight, hosting the Reno Aces with first pitch set for 7:05 p.m. If you have any athletes, inspirational stories, or ideas, drop me an email at dougf@kpvm25.tv. Now back to the news desk.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Scattered clouds outside, scattered showers. A closer look at our forecast after the break.
I like that.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Happy Thursday, everybody. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. What a delight. And what a day we've had. Man, it's supposed to have cooled off down to the 90s. Forget that plan. We take a look at the rest of this stuff, though. Look at this. 90 degrees, mid-90s all the way from Fernley all the way down to Goldfield. Really, Beatty, you're up to triple digits at 100 degrees. Amargosa, Asaposa, 107's good enough. Pretty good enough. 106 out in Las Vegas, and Death Valley still home of dangerous temperatures, 117 degrees here in the paradise of Pahrump. Wow, we got 98 degrees sitting right at us. 98 degrees, they only had one hit. Thank God I found you. That's a boy band fact for you on a Thursday. High today of 103 earlier. Sun rose this morning in all its glory and promise at 6:22 a.m. It's been kind of swampy as the sun will set this evening at 6:59. And that'll be a beautiful sunset. We're going to have some clouds, but look at that humidity up to 30%. Yeah, I think we might have some clouds tomorrow. Let's take a peek. Yeah, lots of clouds tomorrow. And a high of about 100 degrees. We're going to be flirting with the triple digits throughout the week, end up at about 95 degrees, but mostly going to be clear skies. That wind will calm down after Friday. We'll get blown around a bit on Friday, but that's okay. Keep the keep the sweat off the dome, and that'll feel good going into the weekend. All right, make some plans. Looking forward to it, and back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Nice hairdo.
Yes, and it's currently raining right now near the center of town, near the hospital, so be careful out there. Heavy rain, slick roadways. Be safe.
Yeah, my son just sent me a video.
Yes.
It says he's running sideways.
Oh, wow. Be careful, Lennon. Thank you.
All right, bye. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.
All right, good night.
Good night.